Hi guys, so it's come to my attention that there's only 12 weeks till Christmas. Yeah, so I am aware that there are 80 odd celebrations happening between now and the end of January worldwide, and each one is quite a huge celebration. So these 12 weeks I'm going to show you, you could use and adapt for those as well. I've got no problem with that. Let's all have fun, whatever we're doing. Okay, so let's start off. We're going to have a budget Christmas, or as budget as possible. Everything's going to be as homemade as possible, and we're going to enjoy the process. And by the time we get to the day where we have our big celebration, we're going to be chilled. It's going to be awesome, and we're going to have minimal stuff to do, so we can have as much fun as everybody else. Let's get on with it. First off, you want to get yourself a notebook. Now, whether you have a little notebook like this one, an old sketchbook that you might have found like this one, or you may have somewhere a notebook like this that has sections. So you might want to have a section for your stock take, one for your food planning, one for your gift planning, one for this, one for whatever. Okay, you might want to do it that way. That's entirely up to you. But this then, once you've got that all set up, that's going to be your skeleton plan for every year from now on in. Okay, and that's half your work done. Okay, seriously, even if you change up the food a bit, even if people come in and out of your life for good or bad reasons, it is what it is. But your skeleton plan is here. And what's even better about that is that if you have kids, or you have cousins or nieces and nephews or whatever that want to know how you do it, you can teach them by showing you the book. It may even come down to a family fight at some point about who gets the book, but you know, hey, it's the book. Anywho, what we're going to start off with is we're going to work it. This week we are going to start stock taking. Now we're going to be stock taking all the food in the house. We're going to start off with the dry store. We're going to start off with the pantry. We're going to go through all our cupboards, figure out exactly what we've got. We're going to put all those on our stock take sheets, which I will show you a little bit later on. The next part of that is you want to put down a little part of a little overview of the kind of food that you want to be serving. Now, whether you're going the whole hog and having the full meal, big turkey and ham and all of the trimmings and all of the stuff, that's entirely up to you. But you can put all those down now and see what you've got. It may be, because we're going to talk about food more next week, it may be that you have things in your fridge and freezer that, frankly, you could be using because you're not going to be using them for any meal in the next couple of weeks and you don't need them, and they would probably end up in the bin or on the compost heap. Use those and get some of your side dishes in the freezer ready to go. You know, it's really that simple, you know, and it hasn't cost you anything because you've already done them. You don't need to worry about them because why? You've already done it 3 months ahead of time, you know. And like I said, food we're going to get into a little bit later on, and definitely next week we're going to look at that a bit more when we get into the planning stage. But this week is all about the stock take. If you're growing your own fruit and veg, have a look at what you've got in the garden. Do you have stuff there that is going to be ready for Christmas? Do you have stuff there that is pull-outable that you can prep ready for Christmas? Use them. That's fine, not a problem. The more you use that you already have, the less you have to purchase, right? So that's all of a bonus. And it also, like, I don't know about you, but I get stuck in the supermarket and I have a set list in my head, which is the stuff that we buy all the time. But then there's another list in my head of the stuff, like the dry store things that we get all the time. And I find that I've had to stop buying things like pasta and rice because we've got so much of it. We're taking up an entire cupboard. Yeah, so we've got enough for the next 2-3 years, probably. I don't need to worry about it anymore, you know. But I did see those dinosaur ones and I had to get those. But, you know, Apart from that, that doesn't count. We won't go into that. But the point is this, you want to know exactly what you've got, because you want to know exactly what you're buying. There is no point in buying more packets of walnuts or pecans or cashews or any of the expensive nuts if you've already got enough for what you're going to be making. You know, a lot of the stuff that we can make ahead of time can all be put in the fridges and in the freezers, or put up in jars and stuff like that, which are going to be fine, like chutneys and sauces and things like that. But honestly, don't be buying things you don't need to buy for. You know, we're going to get this planned out. So next week we're going to go into planning. This week we're going into stock taking, and I'm going to show you what to do. So follow along. Stock taking. You're going to want to check all your herbs, your spices, your dry store, all of that stuff, to make sure you have what you want and are going to need. Because I can guarantee you, the closer it gets to the end of the year, the harder they're going to be getting. Now you'll be able to find deals on them. Grab them while you can and get as many as you can. That way you know that you're not buying doubles of things that you've already got, and you're only buying things that you need. Up here for thinking. Double check your shopping list against the things you want to make list. Okay, now it's really important to write down. Some people are so rude. How dare they get their house fixed? I'm filming. Do they not know who I am? I mean, really? Oh, the humanity. So, you've got your list of things that you know that you have on a general everyday basis. You might even have a list of all of the sprinkles and fancy things that you've got left over from Christmas last year, which is cool because that's a really good start, right? Brilliant. So what you want to do then is you want to work out exactly what you're doing. You might be having a Christmas party Christmas Eve. You might be having it the week before. You might be having a full-on Christmas Day, or doing like we are and snuggling up and watching really cringeworthy Christmas movies, listening to cringeworthy Christmas music while stuffing your face full of marshmallows. We don't care, you know, and then having Christmas on Boxing Day like we are, you know, which is the day after Christmas for those of you who don't know what Boxing Day is, right? So, you know, it whatever, but you want to work out what you're doing. So you want to plan, and you want to plan ahead. Now, if you go into the shops, they're starting to get all the Christmas stuff out, right? Have a look at what they've got. Have a look at what they're charging. And then have a look at the ingredients for you to make it. And just see who's on top. Okay, because I will absolutely guarantee you that 90% of the stuff that you buy in the shops at Christmas, you can make at home for probably about a third of the price, have twice, 3, 4, 5 times as much of it, and it's going to look better. You're going to feel better about it. You've already done it ahead of time, because most of it can be frozen, right? If they can freeze it, so can you. Simple. And over the next few weeks, I will show you how. This week, though, is all about stock taking. You got your stock list. You've got your food list. Don't go too mad, all right? Now, if you're doing a buffet, I would and I'll go into this a little bit more next week, but if you're going to do a buffet, I would suggest doing no more than 10 different items. Okay, now that might sound like a lot, okay, but you've got a main hot or 2 main hots. If you've got meaties and veggies, you're going to have 2 different ones, right? Okay, and that goes for everything. So you're actually only making 5 of something and 5 of something else. So that's all it is. Now, if you're doing your own party pies and sausage rolls, so what? Does it matter if you put a different flavour in each one? You've got the pastry there anyway. Pardon me. It's no big deal. So you may as well just do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I mean, I was talking to a friend of mine earlier and we were talking about things, and, you know, I made a beef, booze and buttons stew. And to be honest, that could work. The leftovers could have worked to make little party pies with, and they would have been amazing. And you had the last of leftovers for breakfast on toast. Oh, damn, what a shame. I'm going to have to make some more. Oh, the humanity. Anywho, so just we'll go more into food next week, but this week we're going to do our stock take. We're going to go through every single cupboard that we have. Every cupboard. Now, for every cupboard, I have a different sheet. This is my craft cupboard. They all look the same. This is the bookshelves, and the reason the bookshelves are on here because we've got all the booze and pickles and all of that kind of stuff up here. Okay, I've got a lot of stuff stashed up on the top there, and I want to make sure that I know what I've got. Okay, it's really important. The other stuff is that we've got pickles and preserves and sweets and things down here as well on this little shelf, and that classes as the bookshelves as well. So we want to have a look at what we've got on there. Then I've got the pantry cupboard. Now our pantry cupboard is what used to be known as the airing cupboard, and we put all our baking stuff in there, all our bulk items go in there, all of that kind of, and right at the bottom is Tanny's tools. Don't ask. But you know, that's the kind of stuff that we're going to have to really take good stock of and make sure that we've got everything we need. We've got our tea and coffee cupboard. That's an important one for Christmas. Let's be honest, there's all those special flavours. We all need them. And even the basics, just making sure you've got enough of the basics on hand. That's really important. I mean, come on. You really want to wake up on Christmas morning with the kids screaming in your ear at 5 o'clock and not have any coffee on hand? I think not. Right. Pasta in tins cupboard. That's our one that's above the big cupboard that's got all the boxes and jars in. We have all the pasta on the top, we've got the tins in underneath. So you want to make sure that you've got enough of everything that you think you might need, right? I know I need to do a bit of a stock up. I can't do that this month, but you know, I also know that. The above sink cupboard, well, it's kind of like a hold all for everything that we can't find anywhere else to put it. So we're going to find what's in there and go through it all. Snack cupboard, well, that's the one underneath that, and that's where we keep bulk items that we've got on offer, or there's only one place to get the lemonade that I buy, so when I get to go over there I buy 10 bottles of it, so it all goes in there. If we find different flavours or special flavours or anything, all goes in the snack cupboard. So we check out what's in the snack cupboard. Cleaning cupboard. Now, I don't know about you, but Christmas can be messy, right? These holidays, events, all of this kind of stuff, messy as hell. Now, if you run out of your spray and wipe or whatever you're doing, you're not going to be happy. If you run out of laundry liquid and, you know, Aunt Jemima's spilt red wine down your favourite dress, you are not going to be happy. You know, the kids have gone and put mud all up and down the runners for the table. You're not going to be happy with no laundry liquid. Check it. Corner sauce cupboard. Now, that's quite important. Like, we've got a big a cupboard that we keep all our sauces and things in. We want to make sure that we've got everything that we need, and topped up bottles of everything. Okay, so we're going to go through that and see what we've got, what we need. Bulk sauce cupboard. Now, that is one that we keep all the extras, so we will cross-reference that with the sauce cupboard and make sure that we've got extras. Under the counter bulk corner cupboard. Now, there is bulk stuff that we get from time to time that we keep in the corner cupboard. That way it's all out of the way. It's not somewhere we go very often. It's where we used to keep the cat food when she was around, but we don't anymore, and so it's got more room for things like the big bags of pasta and lots of bags of rice and stuff like that. So that's what we keep in there. The dresser. That's that. Okay, so we do keep a few little food items and things in there, but we also have ingredients for things like soap making and stuff like that that's in there as well. So we want to make sure that we've got everything that we need in the dresser. Herb and spice racks, as you know. The chest freezer. Now, our chest freezer is nearly empty. We on purposely have been running it down to nothing. Okay, so that we had room to put all the things for Christmas and leftovers and all of that kind of stuff in there as well. Fridge freezer, so we got to check that as well. Things that can be kept, what can't be kept. If we've got wonky veg or wonky fruit that is on the way out, what can we do with those to add to the food for Christmas or for what we're doing now? Make as much room as possible, make as much use of what you've got as possible, and yeah, go from there. So your stock take. So then you do that with what you're going to be doing as food. which we will go through next week. Yes, at some point you're going to want to go through your decorations. If they are not to hand, don't do it this week. I just want to have a look right now at doing the stock take, doing a shopping list, and going from there. Okay, so let's do this simply. Let's do it the easy way, and let's take our time with it so we can all enjoy Christmas, not just those who are ripping things apart under the Christmas tree while you're sweating your bollocks off in the kitchen. Okay, I will see you guys next week. Have a really, really awesome one. Just take it easy. You know, it's just Christmas. Wait. Oh yes, and if you want to see the other weeks of this, the next 11 weeks of this, you're going to have to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon, choose all, and follow along. I'll see you guys later on. See you later. Bye.